Come on down, you'll see what we got. Your next and we'll sit it on our car today. You'll ride today because we say yes.
If you've been turned down, come to Car today and get your next set of wheels from our lot.
Car today, you ride today, 'cause we just say yes.
Wrestling fans, we promised you a big announcement, and here it is. RCW will be a part this year of the annual 4th in the Forest Festival in Jonesboro at Craighead Forest Park this year on Saturday, July 3rd, 2010. A full day activities for just $10 per carload. Don't you miss it! Wrestling fans, we promise you news on a big superstar coming back to RCW, and yes, he is coming back. Rodney Mack, former ECW and WWE superstar, is returning to Ringside Championship Wrestling. Before he gets back, let's see how he made a big impression on all of us back in the month of April. Take a look.
That's not just any dog. Let's give it up for Rodney Mack. Well, I tell you, I'm shocked. I mean, I don't even know what to say, and I'm usually not at a loss for words. So apparently you had a conversation in the locker room that may have changed your outlook on life and wrestling with this man, Rodney Mack. Rodney, welcome to Ringside Championship Wrestling.
Well, thanks, guys, and it's just great to be here in RCW, and I just can't wait to get out here and show all you fans, man, just what the dog still got in store for you. Right here in Truman, baby.
I tell you what, well, Dynamite Seth Knight here says you gave him a lot of advice. Just kind of fill us in on what some of the advice you gave him. What were some of those words of wisdom and confidence?
Well, you know, I've been watching the kid, for a while, and he's been around. And man, I like his work, and I just keep telling him, keep working hard, kid, and man, just stay in the ring 7 days a week, and that's what it takes, man, and he's been doing a real good job. Yeah.
Okay, any other advice you'd like to share with him here that maybe you didn't get a chance to say backstage before we brought him out?
Oh yes. By the way, man, there's one thing real important, man. Real important that I forgot to tell you. Never ever in this business, never trust anybody.
What? Hey, come on!
Quiet. House down. Becker. Beckham. Beckham. Feel like that credit has you locked up? Car today will bail you out.
Car today, you ride today, 'cause we just say yes. Car today, you ride today, our deal is the best.
Good credit or bad credit at Car today, we say yes. There you go.
Car today, you ride today, 'cause we just say yes.
And yes, indeed, wrestling fans are taking you back in time in an RCW flashback, so to speak, courtesy of RCW Home Video, featuring the RCW debut of Rodney Mack in Truman, Arkansas, back on April 2nd, when he attacked Dynamite Seth Knight, a man who he had been coaching in the back, giving him all kinds of advice. And then he said, "The only advice I forgot to give you, Dynamite, was in this business, don't trust anybody." And he proved that you can't trust this dog as he just tries to overpower Dynamite Seth Knight. You saw before we Cut to a commercial break. You saw the savage attack courtesy of Rodney Mack on Dynamite Seth Knight. Unbelievable. And now the dog in complete control on Dynamite. Working him over, but Seth Knight, he's a young man that has a lot of fire, a lot of heart, and he's not going to just go down that easily as he starts to make a comeback against the dog, who is returning soon to Ringside Championship Wrestling, and we will have more details on that in the coming weeks here on RCW. Glad to have Rodney Mack a part of Ringside Championship Wrestling again on the regular roster. He is certainly going to make an impact, and I had this gut feeling that part of the reason he is back returning to RCW after a few week absence is for one reason and one reason only, and that is whomever is the RCW Heavyweight Champion that was crowned earlier tonight. Again, go to rronews.com right now to find out who won that matchup between John Michael Worthington and Girl Candy Christian Jacobs. Referee Tom Simon right there saying 2 count only, Rodney. He got his shoulder up. Rodney Mack and Seth Knight, you know, there may be some bad blood spilled over between these two as Dynamite Seth Knight continues to compete, trying to get his winning ways. He's had a couple of victories here in RCW, trying to add more as he tries to get in contention for the RCW Championship. As you see Rodney Mack, even almost blatantly right there in front of the referee, trying to pull the rope. Maybe the referee didn't see that particular exchange. And now Rodney just going to drive some elbows into the rib cage area of Dynamite Seth Knight, just working this man, working him over. Former ECW star, former WWE superstar Rodney Mack, as he uses that top rope for momentum in this abdominal stretch. And you can see the grimace and the pain on the face of Dynamite Seth Knight in this matchup from back on April 2nd in Truman, Arkansas. Rodney Mack, very well accomplished. And as I mentioned, I think he's looking for championship gold. He has some people also in RCW that he has a past with. We'll see what happens there. But it was announced earlier this week that Rodney Mack would be coming back to Ringside Championship Wrestling real soon on a regular basis. You never know when he's going to show up. And as I mentioned, who knows, maybe he even showed up in Forest City earlier today. As mentioned, due to the editing requirements from local television affiliates, we were not able to have results from earlier tonight on this week's broadcast. But again, the quick media online, you can find out at rronews.com. Our good friend Brian Trem on his website, as Rodney Mack with a nasty spear. 1, 2, 3. And you see back on his debut, Rodney Mack took advantage. An early surprise attack on Dynamite Seth Knight, and then used the momentum to carry him to victory in Truman, Arkansas. What a nasty man, Rodney Mack. And I think it's going to be a hard summer for a lot of people, especially those who are going to be on the bad side of the dog. Ladies and gentlemen, we mentioned it. We're going to be a part of Fourth in the Forest. We mentioned we have a champion crown. We will find out all these great things going on in RCW in the upcoming weeks. That's why you got to keep watching us right here on KIT every Saturday night at 12:30. Again, thank you for joining us this week. We will see you next week when we will have more on the Rodney Mack situation. More. Maybe we found out who Alan Steele's going after. And, of course, we will tell you all about who is the man, who is the first ever RCW Heavyweight Champion. Was it John Michael Worthington, or was it Girl Candy Christian Jacobs? And I think the dog wants to send us home and send Seth Knight out of here with another spear. That's nasty. We'll see you next week.